to the 23-24 school year. I'm Miss Murphy and I'm principal of River Ridge Middle School, and I'm so proud to have you come back on campus. We're going to have an amazing year. We're going to make sure we're respectful, responsible problem solvers as we raise the bar even higher here at River Ridge Middle School.
Welcome to River Ridge Middle School and our royal expectations of our castle. Royal Knights follow the knightly values of being respectful, responsible problem solvers.
This year we have a new rotating bell schedule where the times are lengthened one period each day in order for intervention and enrichment. All students will go to lunch during fourth period. Our 6th and 7th graders will go to lunch first and then go to fourth period class. Our 8th graders will go to class and then lunch.
When we arrive on campus from the bus or the bus loop, our behavior begins at the bus stop. When we get on the bus, we're respectful and follow the driver and the aide's directions. We're respectful of property. We're quiet with our voices and we use appropriate language. Make sure to walk to and from the bus and keep the bus clean. Stay in your seat and do not eat or drink on the bus. Be a model student for others. Prevent and report to any adult bullying, emergency situations, theft, or vandalism. Again, when you arrive in the morning, you're going to go straight through the middle school doors to the courtyard.
Once you enter the courtyard, there will be a breakfast cart. Breakfast is free this year for everybody, and head straight to your first period.
Riding the school bus is an extension of the school day for students that ride to school and back home again every day. It is a privilege, and to keep that privilege, you need to follow the bus and school rules. These rules also apply when students travel on buses for a field trip, and these rules are for your safety and the safety of others on the bus. Let's look at what you need to know. First, we recommend that you arrive at your school bus 5 minutes before the scheduled stop time. You don't want to miss the bus. School behavior begins at the bus stop. Remember, we come to school to learn, so please leave items like toys at home. When you're waiting for your bus, you should always be respectful in your words and actions. Please bring only school-appropriate items to the bus stop. When you see the bus coming, line up away from the curb and wait until the bus comes to a complete stop. When getting on the bus, be sure to use the handrail, and don't forget to say hello to your school bus driver. After boarding the bus, take your assigned seat quickly and safely. When you sit in your assigned seat, be sure to take your backpack off, if you have one, and place it on the floor in front of you. Make sure to sit all the way back in your seat and use your safety belt if one is available. Remember to keep the aisle of the bus clear. No backpacks or any part of your body should be in the aisle. To be safe, you need to stay seated and face forward during the entire bus ride. Loud noises can distract the driver from concentrating on the road ahead. Make sure your voice is at a level where you are talking only with the person next to you and not shouting across the aisle, in back of you, or in front of you. If the bus arrives at school early, stay in your seat until you are dismissed. Once it's okay to unload, pick up all of your things and get off of the bus in an orderly fashion. Don't forget to hold onto the handrails when exiting. It has been a great day at school, and it's time to head home. Be sure to get out to the bus quickly, and remember there's no eating or drinking on the bus, so put any treats from school in your backpack until you get home. After boarding the bus, take your assigned seat quickly and safely. Just as in the morning ride, when you sit in your assigned seat, be sure to take your backpack off if you have one and place it on the floor in front of you. Make sure to sit all the way back in your seat. Use your safety belt if you have one on the bus you are riding. Remember to keep the aisle of the bus clear. No backpacks or any part of your body should be in the aisle. To be safe, you need to remember 3 things. Number 1, stay seated. Number 2, face forward during the entire bus ride. And number 3, keep the noise level to a minimum so the bus driver can concentrate on the road and getting you home safely. Please make sure to pay attention so you get off the bus at the right stop. When getting off the bus at your bus stop, go straight home. If you have to cross the street in order to get home, make sure to cross in front of the bus and never cross behind the bus. Look both ways before crossing the street, and make sure that all traffic has stopped. The bus driver will wave you on when it's safe to cross. It takes a team effort to make sure that everyone stays safe while riding the bus. Let's have a great school year.
For a car rider, walker, or bike rider, your expectations are to follow all school staff and avoid loitering in the area. Please make sure that you're respectful of everybody's property and that if you're a bike rider, you lock your bike up. Please make sure you're keeping the area clean and keeping your hands, feet, and objects to yourself. As a car rider, walker, or bike rider, you will come in at 6:50 a.m. when the doors open. You may go to the breakfast cart in the courtyard and then straight to your first period. Make sure again that you head straight to your first period as there will be no waiting around. Breakfast is available for free at the bus loop. For our hallways and courtyards this year, there will be no congregating in either area. Make sure you're following the royal expectations by being on time to class, walking forward and paying attention, making sure that you walk quickly and quietly to class. If you need to leave class, that you ask for permission and you always have a hall pass. If you see trash, please make sure you place them in the garbage cans as well as use the water fountains appropriately. It is highly recommended that you bring your own water bottle this year. Hallways and courtyard procedures. So I will not congregate in the hallways or courtyards and go immediately to class. I will stay in my grade level hallways to and from class, staying to the right to help the traffic flow. When waiting for class to start in the hallways, I will wait in a single file line along the wall outside of my assigned class, keeping my hands and feet to myself. In the hallways, the wireless electronic device policy will be enforced. Students should not have their cell phones out or earbuds in. They should be away in their backpacks and silenced. When using the restroom at River Ridge Middle School, make sure you're following the royal expectations of being respectful of others' privacy and making sure that you're respectful of property as well. Keep the walls, floors, ceilings, and sinks clean. Use a quiet voice. Make sure you always have a bathroom pass, and it's best to use the restrooms during passing or lunch. Make sure you go to the closest restroom to your classrooms, and always wash your hands.
Please do not congregate in the restrooms or outside of the restrooms. One student per stall for safety and privacy. There will be disciplinary consequences. If you are feeling ill, experiencing a medical emergency, or need a personal item, please come to the clinic immediately and we will assist you. Please make sure to wash your hands with soap and water.
If the supplies are running low, then make sure that you notify an adult. Also, the restrooms are a no phone zone and no headphone earbud zone. In our classrooms at River Ridge, we follow our royal expectations of following directions, respecting property, keeping hands and feet to ourselves, as well as making sure we're using appropriate voice and language, being kind and courteous always, on time and prepared and ready to learn, using technology appropriately, and seeking the teacher assistance when needed. We always want to compromise with others and seek solutions to avoid confrontations. When you come into each classroom every single day, make sure that you get all of your supplies and put your backpack against the wall. This is important to start our day. In each of our classrooms, we will have our cell phone stoplight, where the teacher will indicate whether or not it is time to use the cell phone for instructional purposes. We will also have a voice volume level sign, where teachers will tell you what specific level your voice should be at as you are learning. Students may also put their cell phones in our cell phone holders, which are in every single classroom. A number will be assigned to that specific student. For our hall pass procedures, we will be using a digital hall pass system. The digital hall pass supports our safety plan. Students will scan the QR code on the hall pass poster to sign out. Then they will put their cell phone away in the holder or in their backpack before leaving. Teachers will be monitoring this in real time to know who is out on campus. If you do not have a digital device to sign out, please let your teacher know. The first and last 10 minutes of the class will have no passes due to safety and instructional focus. Emergencies only will be considered. When you leave class to use the restroom, leave your belongings at your desk or in your backpacks, like water bottles, snacks, and again, your cell phone should be put away in your backpack. Hall passes will be monitored by a member of the Student Services team weekly to ensure that students are not taking advantage of the privilege and losing important instructional time. Students in our PE and dance programs will be able to use the locker room this year to dress out for those courses. Students may wear athletic wear to school on those activity days, but they are encouraged to bring unscented deodorant and personal hygiene products for their own use that can be kept in their backpacks. PE athletic wear and dance wear will also be available for purchase on Rycor, and students are encouraged to bring their own refillable water bottle. PE lockers will also be sold to current dance and PE students as well as student athletes. The locker rooms will be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized daily. The Royal Realm Media Center has several expectations. It will not be opened in the morning this year, but will be open for lunch and for class use. Make sure you're following directions when you're in the media center, and if you have any questions, make sure you seek staff assistance.
In the front office, student services, and clinic areas, it is important if students have any questions or don't know where to go or what to do that they should find an adult on campus or go to the front office for assistance. If a student needs to visit a school counselor or social worker, they can scan the QR codes on the student services signs around the campus, which will notify the appropriate staff. For emergencies or if a student is in crisis, please notify your teacher. They will call student services to let them know, or you may go knock on the student services door.
Parent-teacher conferences will be scheduled online through Teams.
Meetings with school staff are by appointment only. At this time, the clinic cannot accept walk-ins except for scheduled medication and emergencies. Staff will call if there is a need for a student to access the clinic in order to manage the numbers of students in the area.
As we transition to the Great Hall cafeteria this year, we will have 2 lunches over 4th period. Our schedule will be different Monday through Wednesday and then Thursday and Friday. 6th and 7th grade will eat first. 6th grade will eat in the middle school cafeteria and 7th grade will eat in the high school cafeteria. Our 8th graders will eat B lunch and they will eat in the middle school cafeteria. It is important that everybody exits out of the front of the buildings on the way to the cafeteria and that you take the high road next to the front office in order to make sure that there isn't a lot of traffic jams. Make sure to wait patiently at the doors until staff lets you in. Upon entering the cafeteria, you will come through the front doors and find an assigned table. No more than 8 to 10 are to sit at the circle tables. And for the high school cafeteria, you may sit in the lined road tables, sections 1 through 7. Make sure you place your backpack on the floor next to you and keep your belongings to yourself. Be respectful until your table is called to enter the lunch lines, and keep your hands, feet, and other objects to yourself. Raise your hand if you need to leave and go to the restroom or get other supplies. There will be several seating options this school year. The 6th grade will be in the middle school cafeteria, our 7th graders in the high school cafeteria, and our 8th graders in the middle school cafeteria for B lunch. The media center will be accessible for academic lunch only with pre-assigned by staff, and students may go to the classroom lunch buddies, but only 5 students per class with a pass. Our royal expectations continue by using good manners and being kind and respectful. Respect property, respect others' lunches, and make sure that we're using appropriate voice and language. Keep your food on your tray and dispose of your trash. Be a model student for others. School meal accounts can be funded through the My School Bucks. However, this year, school lunch and breakfast will be free. If you choose to purchase a la carte items, you will have to pay for those a la carte items. There will be 5 to 7 registers set up in each of our lunch serving areas in the middle school and the high school cafeteria. The serving lines and a la carte area will be in the middle school side. There are also vending machines for students to purchase items. Please make sure that you get your PIN from a food nutrition worker in the cafeteria. You may not use vending machines that are on the high school side of the campus.
River Ridge is our home. Take care of your royal family by following expectations, helping others, and having a safe environment. Clean up your table and surrounding space by disposing of trash in the nearest trash can. The entire table is responsible for all trash on and under the table. Food or drinks from the cafeteria must stay in the cafeteria unless it is in a closed container and placed in a student's backpack. Please remain in your seat and wait to be dismissed by an adult.
You will exit out of the cafeteria through the front doors and return to your classroom, taking the pathway in front of the gym, making sure that you keep your hands, feet, and other objects to yourselves. It is important that you get back and transition from lunch as soon as possible.
Dismissal at River Ridge Middle School. Final bell rings at 1:30 p.m. However, staff will always dismiss students from their classrooms. Staff will walk with students out through hallways, courtyards for increased supervision. Students should walk with purpose and exit the buildings and the campus as soon as possible. If you are a bus rider, go through the bus loop. If you are a car rider, bike rider, or walker, please exit through the front of the building. If you are a bus rider, please find your bus location and row on the poles in the afternoon. Respectfully and responsibly walk to your bus and sit in your assigned seat and follow the Pasco County Schools bus rules. If you are a car rider, bike rider, or walker, the afternoon procedures are to exit the building as soon as possible, go directly to the car loop or the bike rack. If you are a car rider, remain on the benches in the front of the school waiting for pickup. As a biker or walker, use the sidewalks to leave the campus immediately after dismissal. Campus will close at 2:30 p.m.